Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Let's dive straight in. 2,500 calories as the recommendation blanket for hypothalamic amenorrhea is maybe one of the most annoying things that has ever happened to the amenorrhea recovery space. Here is why. I get a ton of people really stressed about that number. I'm eating this many, or I just don't think I can eat that many calories. And it's always based off this 2,500 calorie recommendation. So when we have to work with someone who may need to eat more calories than that, it's really, really hard to get them to feel okay with that. We've gone so long being so focused on, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't allow yourself to surpass 1,800 calories or 1,700 calories. Getting to 2,000 was a lot. I remember feeling like 2,000 calories a day would be like the dream. So for someone to hit 2,500 calories can be really hard, but thanks to the recommendation where everyone's like, hey, eat 2,500 calories for recovery, it's easier, which is great, right? But what happens when it needs to be more than that? Which is actually kind of common because most people are not actually the average person. I mean, did you know that the average person in the world is a 35-year-old Chinese man? So look, I know that the recommendation for 2,500 calories comes from research done on women with amenorrhea. That's where it comes from. It comes from having gathered that after a bunch of people took a survey, we discovered that a lot of them got their periods back on 2,500 calories. What's the problem with this though? It's self-reported data. Not many people are actually very good at estimating calories. We don't generally take someone's calorie estimation for literal. It's not really worth anything because you're not very good at it. Even though you think you're good at it, you're not very good at it. So we can't really take people's self-reported information on calories in as the Bible. Now, is it helpful information? Absolutely. But I think that's just the very first place that the 2,500 calorie recommendation becomes tricky. It's self-reported and we just don't really know absolutely for sure if the average person ate that many calories every day. The second reason that the recommendation for exactly 2,500 calories is problematic is because, like I already mentioned, what if you need to eat more? So what if you're tall? Y'all, some of you are like close to 6 feet. Some of you are 5'9", 5'7", 5'8", 5'6". And those numbers, those heights are, require more calories. And then a part of our intake process is, okay, well, what's your height? What's the lowest you've ever been in your life, your adult life? What's the highest you've ever been in your adult life? Now let's look at your composition. Are you muscular? Are you naturally just quite lean? What's your daily activity generally look like? Are you a waitress on your feet or do you work a desk job? All of these factors matter, not to mention just your individual genetics, your individual metabolism. All of those things are really, really important and highly individual. So if you are someone who's taller and more active with a history of working out, I know you're gonna need 2,500 calories. So it's really annoying that we are stuck on that number, right? And I'm sure you feel that way, and I'm sure you objectively agree, which brings me to my next point. The third reason is that you know this information, but it's just mentally very difficult because you haven't been given the permission to just eat what is right for your body because you're still really stuck on this number that's been given to you. So you might even be like, well, actually, Dani, I'm way shorter than what you said. I'm closer to like 5 feet tall. So I don't need as much food. And so isn't it interesting how we also pick and choose the information that we think is the most applicable to us? We really need to be looking at you as a whole and to be seeing that you really may need more food than someone else, or you really may need less food than someone else. And we just can't be using these comparisons as a direct one-for-one. Is it helpful in some circumstances? Yeah, it is totally helpful to see what other people have had to do, but not if you're only picking the information that is the most appealing to you and ignoring the rest, right? I've talked about this before. We tend to do this as humans, is like, well, I compare myself to that girl over there who has her period and she can be this lean and eat this little and work out this much, so I should be able to. But I don't even want to bother looking at the people who are unlike her. They're similar to me in height and location and occupation and they're similar to me in all kinds of ways, but they're not doing what I want to be doing. So I'm going to ignore them, right? Like maybe they did gain weight. Maybe they are eating more. Maybe they are working out less, but I want to compare myself to that girl because that's what I want. And that is not serving you. You have this evidence that there's a broad spectrum of different things work for different people, but you still want to put yourself in a camp. You still want to say, I need to eat X amount of calories. Like, tell me how much to eat. Tell me what I need. You're different. You're unique. Could you do with some help figuring out what you specifically need? Yes, sure. And can we get to the bottom of that with some good digging? Absolutely. But you can't just be like, okay, well, I read that 2,500 calories works and now I'm gonna like get that number stuck in my head. And there are different numbers too. It might not be 2,500. Maybe you heard for you it's 2,400 or 2,200 or 2,800. The point is, if you're getting stuck on a number, we need to zoom out and start again. What is actually going to serve you? It's not any of those numbers. It's letting your body be and just like allowing your body to sit and do what it needs to do. In my last video or a recent video, I don't know if it's out yet, maybe it is. I talked about how it's not about your weight gain, it's about the avoidance of the weight gain. It's about your behaviors and your actions around food. It's not always about how much you're eating, but it's about how you're allowing yourself to eat. So if you're having a really hard time breaking through these barriers, it could be really what's in the way of your fertility, really what's in the way of being able to get pregnant, of what's in the way of ovulation for you. So let's just start there. What is the number you're holding on to? Can you let go of it? Can you do something different? Can you push yourself to make a change? 2,500 calories is the worst thing that happened to recovery. You need to eat what is right for you, which is different to someone. It could be different to your twin sister. I'm telling you. I've worked with twins. It could be different. So let's just take a deep breath and consider your unique needs. And if you took away everything that externally you were told you need to do, what do you think might be real for you? So if you're looking over there and you're thinking, she manages to get away with doing all these things or not doing all of these things, remove that for a second. Be brutally honest with yourself. What do you think that you might need outside of this context of someone else? What might be true for you? And I say might, right? Because you're just introducing this idea of doubt for the first time. Maybe I can only do that much to get my period back or to get pregnant, but maybe I need to do more. So give it a shot. Be open to it. Think about it. I hope this was helpful for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to get to the bottom of your fertility issue, if you want to ovulate, if you want to get pregnant, if you want to resolve your short luteal phase and you want to do it faster without this hopefully the next YouTube video is going to have the answer I need, set up a free strategy call with us. It's totally no commitment. We can listen to your story. It's a 30-minute call, share all of your backstory. We'll have a full discussion with you and figure out what's your next move specific to you. Do you need 2,500 calories or do you need fertility treatment? We'll be honest with you. It's totally obligation free. If working with us is right for you, we'll share that with you. But if it's not, we'll point you in the other direction. That's why we've started calling them strategy calls, because we want you to walk away with a strategy that you need. So check it out. It's thehasociety.com/coaching. And I hope that you enjoyed this. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.